Zucchinis is just like this would be zucchini. If this were to form in the 5 or something, 5, 15, 30, whatever time frame, you have a closure, a support, and then after a closure, since this is your new support now, and that wick is a range, right? You get something like this form, respecting. Now you have another resistance up here, right? And since that wick is a range, this is your range 1, this is your range 2. So then as you get a closure back above the ranges like this, that'll be the buys I'll take. Because then structure is formed now. You create a higher highs, higher lows, right? Higher lows, continue pushing up. You're closing above the range. Next count pops up, and that's your buy. You'll take your buys from basically here to here, right? And that's your zucchini. Now, the reason why I'm saying this candle right here, that wick there, is structure formed on a smaller time frame or a range form, is because if you were to break that candle backwards, how will it look? Right? It'll look something like this probably. I want to give them a point. We're bearish, right? And you have support formed. So this is your support. Want to give them a point. You're coming down. Right? Because the first thing that's what's the last? How did the candle close? It closed bullish, right? So in order for it to close bullish and create a bottom wick here, it has to come down first. So as it comes down here, and then it closes back into the ranges. So this is where it comes down, right? And then it closes back into the ranges like this. That's when you have that fake out. Does that make sense? This is what you have now. So this right here is this. Like you see the 30-minute candle right now. If I were to go into 5, you'll see the same thing happen. You'll see a fake out back into the ranges. Wicks are just fake outs, right? Just liquidity wicks. You can call it that. You can call it structure forming because it is structure as well. You can call it fake outs, right? That's all that was. Price broke outside the range. It created a low, right? Created a low, create a high, or my bad, create a high, create a high. But it closed bullish at the end. So it came down first, created a bottom wick, and then it closed back up above the ranges, and that's how this formed. So if that's what's happening here on the 1 hour candle, as the 1 hour candle now prints this now, and you're still respecting that yellow line there, all that's happening here now is you're just ranging now. So if I were to show you guys a continuation of what's happening now as that next candle forms, it's just doing this. It's just ranging. That's all that is doing. It's picking direction. It's picking structure. But the main thing to look out for now is understand that it's still respecting this yellow line. Yellow line here, same yellow line. It's still respecting that support. So therefore, you have some type of you have a resistance now, right? Because if you're respecting support, you gotta have resistance somewhere. So then this is what's happening now. You're ranging still, right? You're still ranging. And then let's say in some universe, you end up closing bearish, right? Because you are on the 1 hour candle here, it's still closing bearish. So it's gotta close somewhere down here. So as the next candle on the zucchini comes back up and closes above the ranges, this is what's happening. You're just breaking out the range. But you see that? You see how you had to fake out, right? Once you faked out, you form resistance, you then form support. And then once you form support, you close above, confirming that support's formed, confirming that the range is breaking out. And that's when on the next 1 hour candle, you see a push up. And as you get that push up on the smaller time frame, this is what's happening. That's literally it. But you have to understand that. You have to identify that on different time frames. So, like, make things clear. Like, that's what it is. It's the same shit happening. It's just you gotta be able to understand these things on a smaller scale, because it's key to understand that. It's key to understand everything that you say. A lot of people say wick fills. A lot of people say, you know, liquidities. But like, what does that mean? What's forming? What's happening on a smaller time frame? So when you're able to understand things from different perspectives, you have a clear sense of the charts.